Man, this movie really gets it. Hi, everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Hello. Welcome to Raising Popcorn with Grant. How you doing? We're here to talk about a movie. A great movie. Movies and TV, it's what we do here. And today we are talking about a foreign film. We don't get to talk about foreign language films very often unless they're Bollywood or anime, so that's kind of nice. And that film is an Oscar nominee at this year's Oscars for Best International Feature Film and Best Original Screenplay, and that film is The Worst Person in the World. The Worst Person in the World is directed by Joachim Trier, and it stars... I want to make sure I get her name right, so I'm going to look it up. Got me. Renate reinsve? Renate reinsve. I know I got your name wrong. You were fantastic in this movie. Anyway. She plays Julie. I'm going to begin the story, and the narrator informs us that the story we're about to see is a story told in 12 acts, including a prologue and an epilogue. 12 chapters and a prologue and epilogue. Julie is 29, turning 30 very soon when the story begins. She is living in Oslo, Norway, kind of rudderless. She's kind of trying to find her way. She falls in love with a 40-something cartoonist. Think someone like an R. Crumb type, maybe a little more handsome, like someone who do like Fritz the Cat or that kind of comic strip. Played by... his name is Axel. He's played by Anders Danielsen Lee. Also terrific. He is an older guy. She's, there's quite a big age difference. She doesn't know if she wants to be a mom, even though she hangs out with his friends who have a lot of kids. She's struggling, and then one day, she, while alone walking the streets of Oslo, she crashes a wedding party. Among those in attendance is a fellow by the name of Evend, played by Herbert Nordrum, who's also terrific. All three of the main actors are terrific. Who is a coffee shop owner. She is currently working at a bookstore and is basically kind of jumping from career to career. She was a med student for a little while. She was a psychology major for a little while. Now she works at a bookstore in Oslo, Norway. And essentially what she decides to do is she realizes that she's fallen in love with the coffee shop owner. And she's decided she's going to leave the comic book writer. And we kind of see these two relationships in this woman's life kind of bounce off of her over these couple of years of time as she reckons with herself and her life, the kind of person she is as she enters her 30s. Look. And some weird stuff happens in the middle. Okay. That was a lot and not enough, it seemed like, to describe this movie. I'm going to come right out with this. According to my criteria, this film is a 2022 movie. It premiered at Cannes last year. It is an Oscar nominee this year, but it did not come actually out into U.S. theaters in limited release until February, which is now. So it counts as a 2022 movie. I'm going to just say this right here. I loved The Worst Person in the World. In fact, I'm going to go one step further because I love a lot of movies. Very likely, if we're still doing this in December of 2029, Worst Person in the World will probably have a slot on whatever best of the decade list we have. This is going to be hard to top as the best film of 2022. I'm serious. I absolutely... This is one of the best films I've ever seen. It is. It is funny. It captured my interest right away. I was incredibly taken with Miss reinsve. She's wonderful. Her performance is great. And the thing is, the title, when you hear that title, The Worst Person in the World, she's not the worst person in the world. It's sort of what I think Mr. Trier is trying to say is, this is my introduction to him. I can't wait to see his other films. He has 4 other films. When you're young and impulsive, you feel like the worst person in the world. And I think what the movie is trying to say is, you're not. you're just young. And you have to grow, and also, keep in mind, I will be turning 29 this year. So this film, on some level, has a resonance to me, inherently, in the Julie character, because I get it. I understand. There's a scene where she's expressing to him, in the moment where she leaves him, initially, where she tells him, you know, I feel like I am, something along the lines of, I feel like I'm a spectator in my own life. I feel like I'm playing a supporting role. And I felt that. I mean, that really stuck with me. There's some beautiful fights of fantasy. It has one of the best sequences of any movie I've seen in a long time, where she, before she chooses to break up with him, she turns on a light switch, and the entire city freezes, like Clockstopper style. And she's running in ecstasy through the streets of Oslo, and only she and the new guy she's fallen for move at all for that entire sequence. And she kind of has a whole evening with this guy in the frozen moment before going back to where we left off. I thought that was really amazing. There's another scene where she trips out on mushrooms. That is one of the weirdest sequences I've seen in a movie, and I kind of loved it. As crazy and as gross as it was, I kind of loved it. These amazing scenes where, like, they're kind of playing this sort of weird sort of sexual cat and mouse, the two of them, while in a coat room, and are trying to be extra careful when people come in to grab their coat, all that stuff. I really love this film. And was there flaws? No, there wasn't. I really cannot see any, so, you know what, guys? Let's end it there. I'm gonna give The Worst Person in the World, you see it, bang, 5 out of 5 stars. 5 stars plus infinity stars for The Worst Person in the World. This is one of the best films of the decade so far. And the best movie of 2022 so far. It's going to be hard to top this one. I really loved this movie. I loved this movie. I loved everything about this movie. And some people are like, wouldn't Drive My Car also be on that list? That would be a late addition to the 2021 list, because technically that came out in 2021, but by God, if you were near... I was surprised we got this, because our theater never gets these kinds of films. So I usually have to travel out of the way to see films with subtitles. So it must have gotten a wide enough release. So if it's in the theater near you, or even if it's in a theater maybe a little ways away from you, it is worth seeking out. This movie is great. Go see The Worst Person in the World. Like, literally, just pause this video, drop everything... run, don't walk to see this right now in a movie theater. This is a beautiful piece of work. All right. All that being said, let's close the book on it. 5 out of 5 stars. Trailer trash. We do have some interesting trailer trash. We got some foreign films this time, so we got a lot more interesting ones this time. Happening. This is... I don't know what language this is. Is this French? It might have been French. It's this, looks excellent. It's this woman who, decides not to keep the baby that she has after, like, a one-night stand, and it's about the struggle she has to make it happen. It's essentially the latest in the kind of unofficial... It looks kind of like the French's answer to, like, Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. And it's about, like, the specific things. But it doesn't seem to be necessarily about the act itself. It seems to be more like of a character study of the person, in the same way that Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always was. Looks interesting. Compartment number 6. This is another Best International Feature Film nomination from Finland. This looks interesting. It's kind of this offbeat story. It looks to be about this woman who leaves her girlfriend, and she's on a train, and she meets a gentleman, and they get to kind of bond. Looks like fun. It looks like it's not going to really leave the train. Looks like fun. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. This is the new A24 film by Daniels, so already I'm on board. I love Swiss Army Man. I love the Turn Down for What video. And it's Michelle Yeoh, badass, and Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, all grown up as her husband, and he tells her, you are not the only Michelle Yeoh in the multiverse, and we need your help, and people's heads explode into, like, balloons full of confetti, and it looks awesome. And it's A24, and it looks like fun. And there's googly eyes. I can't wait. The Lost City, talked about it, don't need to talk about it again. Looks good, I'm really sick of the trailer. The outfit looks good, we've talked about it a few times. I'll see it for Mark Rylance and Dylan O'Brien, regardless. Last film is one that the trailer almost moved me to tears. It's a film that I've heard a lot about, from festivals and people in the know who can see more films early than I can. That is Petite Maman. This is a French film about seemingly a little girl whose mother passes away and then returns to her in the form of her, like, child self. It's like the little girl's like 6 and her mom comes back and it's her way of grieving. Looks really beautiful. It's the same director who did Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Looks really touching. Looks really, really good. Was there shawarma? No, there was not, but there was a really good Art Garfunkel song. Alright, we will be back tomorrow for No Exit. We will be back Monday for The Godfather. Thursday is The Batman. Friday is Happy Days. No, Friday is After Yang. Speaking of A24, we will also be talking about, oh gosh, in the can reviews for Fresh and Lucy and Desi from Sundance that I haven't gotten to get around to yet. We will also be talking about Turning Red, The Adam Project, and a Bollywood film that I can't pronounce, and an anime film, which name I can't pronounce at this time. I don't have it in front of me. So that's all coming up. That'll all be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you, Class Smith. I love you 3,000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's supposed to do. Or so I've been told. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, this, and other fun stuff, you can check me out on Letterboxd.com at Raised on Popcorn with Grant. Some of you already have. But even if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, and by God, go see The Worst Person in the World. It's awesome. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. And we'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Go see the movie. It's really good. Bye.